Welcome, Morgan. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. How are you doing this morning? Good? Well, we'll include a jolt of coffee in the meditation so that you'll feel really good after. So I have a little bit less time than I originally thought, so I'm going to kind of speed through some things. And so just to tell you a little bit about myself, I was in fashion for 20 years. I owned a very successful business. I had employees. I was a manufacturer. We sold all over the world. I sold to Barney's, and we also had a store where we sold to all different kinds of people, including celebrities, people in the fashion industry, of all kinds of industries. So I've done retail for a really long time. And I was a stylist. I also was on tour with Lauryn Hill, who was, for her Miseducation tour, I styled her. And I also was a stylist for a very long time. So, and did PR and for Gucci and worked for many, many, many different companies. So I left doing that about a few years ago to do this work that I'm doing now, which is all based on neuroscience. I do something called human cartography. And basically what that is and what that means is that it's a map of the body, of the brain, and it's different ways to achieve things and move through life. And all the work that I do is based on neuroscience, so with people. So it's basically if there's a block, if there's something that you can't move through, or there's something that you want to achieve, I work with people and I teach them how to do that by unfreezing things that get frozen in the brain or frozen in a situation. I do this with individuals in my practice, and so I work with a lot of different kinds of people from a lot of different kinds of backgrounds, everyone from CEOs to all the way down to different kinds of people in the companies. And one thing that I do find that when I work with everyone, and I'm going to do this today, but I had done something in London at with a company called Matches, which is a very, very big fashion company, and I did a meditation there, and I taught their people different kinds of things. And basically, the thing that people always write on the card, which I'm going to ask you to do today, is just being focused, being happy, being relaxed, being calm. These are the things that I find that everyone wants. And so basically, I'm going to show you a quick technique today to shift any state that you have a problem with or that you want to get out of, to become, to shift whatever you want to shift. And so I'm just going to kind of move into that now because there's not a lot of time. And then we'll move into a quick little meditation. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to do this technique. I want you to think about something that is maybe bothering you, that you were, happened today or during the week. And we're going to shift this, so you're not going to be in that space very long. So just think about like a stressful email, a person, a thing, something that's coming up that might feel stressful. And I just want you to think about that now and see if you can actually feel that in your body. You might usually, when you light up the neural networks, you also feel it inside. And so that means you're actually in the state. So what I want you to do is, now that you are feeling that, I want you to just actually look up and find a spot above eye level. And I want you to now just notice all the space in front of you without moving your eyes. And then notice all the space to the left of you without moving your eyes. And all the space to the right of you. And all the space behind you. And if you want to, you can close your eyes. And if your legs are crossed, maybe uncrossing them, putting your feet on the floor. And now just noticing all the space around you. And just noticing how your feet feel on the floor. And maybe you could quickly imagine that you could fly up over this building, and you could be 360 degrees. And if your eyes are still open and you want to close them, that's the whole idea. Just noticing all the space below you as you might be 360 degrees above New York City. Seeing what you might notice that maybe you hadn't noticed before. And then just flying up even higher. Imagining that you could see all of New York, all the way north of the city and south of the city. You could see all the waterways of New York. And so noticing that you could fly up even above the cloud line, going even higher. Flying up and into space. Noticing the distance between you and the rest of the planet. Noticing the distance between you and the rest of the universe. Noticing all the space in front of you and all the space behind you. Noticing the space in between breaths. In between thoughts. Maybe allowing your body to relax, integrating everything from the last couple of days. Maybe just having a new perspective. A new perspective on the planet. How can you imagine that the planet could look in 6 months with you in it? Maybe 2 years from now, as you're maybe even orbiting the Earth. What would you notice that maybe you hadn't noticed before or would want to see happening? Dropping into a beautiful place that you love. And I want you to just see the near future version of you on a screen in front of you, just noticing what it might look like 5 years from now or 10 years from now in the future, when you have all that purpose, all that focus, all that clarity, calmness. What does the global environment look like with you in it? As the world is connected, perhaps even more social responsibility. Just setting maybe an intention now for that near future version of you, of something that you might want to create or do for yourself or on a bigger scale. And then just getting into that future version of you and trying it on. And as you're in there trying it on, see how it might feel in some different situations. Thinking about something that you can do now to create the best possible future. Future of you, future of the planet. And then just taking those future resources and bringing them back into the now. Taking a deep breath if you want and anchoring them in. Because when you can see the best future version of you, you can then start to create it. That's the key to creating the best future. Maybe not even being attached to the outcome, knowing that it can change. So just flying back into the here and now, anchoring in any feelings or thoughts or experiences that you have. And then when I count to 3, you can just be feeling alert and awake, awakening all the senses, feeling focused and ready for the day. Maybe setting an intention of what you might want to get out of today or this last 2 days. And with a smile on your face, getting those good chemicals going. Just counting 1, 2, just kind of moving around the body, awakening all the senses, feeling refreshed and renewed, focused and energized. 3, whenever you're ready, just opening your eyes and coming back into the room. Okay. So now just quickly before I hand over to the next person, I just want you to think about the thing that you originally were thinking about before you started doing this and see what you notice about that. Some people say that they can't even remember what they were thinking about. So if you want to try this technique, you can email me and I can give you more information. I work with companies and also private clients. I go between New York and LA, and I'll be here for the next 10 days. But I'll be around, and I would love to hear about your experience that you had, or if you have any questions for me. I do hypnosis and NLP, and meditation, active meditation. So that was a lot of everything combined in the meditation today. So if you have any questions, I'll be around. Please feel free to come up to me and tell me about your experience, or if you saw anything interesting or had any epiphanies. I would love to hear about it. Thank you so much.